viewers, and welcome to a fresh episode of Avant. Thanks for staying with us. On today's episode, we have a guest here with us in the studio, Mr. CHUKS for short. He's going to be telling us more about himself. Mr. CHUKS is skilled in shoemaking. When I say shoemaking, like those shoes that you see that are being displayed out there, and you'll be like, wow, this is really beautiful. I remain your host, Anebo Ebere. Stay tuned as we bring you more interesting stories here on Avant-Garde. Hello, Mr. CHUKS. Nice to have you in our studio this morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So, like I said earlier, we're just going to be having a chat, basically. We're just going to be talking. Our audience wants to know that thing that inspired you into owning your own trade, into becoming self-employed. There are so many people out there that are waiting for opportunities. There are people that are waiting for government to employ them, carrying their CVs, wake up in the morning, dust it, and go out there looking for jobs. Not saying that white collar jobs are not good anyway, but when it is not forthcoming, it is good you rely on something else. And that is what Avant-Garde is all about. Youth thinking of outside the box, being innovative, thinking of what they can do to be able to better the society and not just waiting on the government to provide employment for them. So, Mr. CHUKS, very quickly, can you tell the audience, let the audience get to know you, or let all of us get to know you?
Okay, my name is Mr. Chukwuka Chisom Ozochukwu,
Okay.
and I'm a shoemaker. Okay, some people would say, they will look for a wonderful name to
Yeah,
call it.
I was going to say, like you
this
just
one,
said,
that
you're a
one.
shoemaker. Don't you want to like
shoemaker.
sweeten the name a little?
Come on, we don't need to sweeten it.
Okay.
I'm a shoemaker. I make shoes.
Oh,
Actually.
proudly, like
Like, I
you
make
own it
shoes.
with your chest.
Yeah.
I love that.
Anytime,
I love
any day, I
that.
can tell you that. That's how I introduce myself. Actually, anywhere
Okay.
you find me, and I
Okay.
introduce myself. Even if I'm standing before the president of the nation, I will always introduce myself
I like
as a
that
shoemaker.
confidence. Not everybody are proud of what they do.
So because this is what I love doing actually.
Okay.
Shoemaking for me is not just a business. It's not just something I do to make money. It's actually something I love actually. The journey wasn't born out of the will to make money or the zeal to make money.
Really?
It was born out of passion actually.
So many people I see in that field, it's like an added advantage to them, like
not-
a skill that they've learned.
To me, shoemaking is beyond what it is for every other person. It's beyond just making money or making shoes.
Okay.
To me, it's a lifestyle. Just like some people will tell you, I'm not just a tailor. This is my life. So
yeah,
when
I've
it
heard
comes to
people say
this,
that.
shoemaking is actually my life. It is what you can wake me up in the night and at the middle of night and I tell you I'm a shoemaker and I can just answer any question on shoemaking for you. So that is it.
Okay, so can you tell us about your humble beginning? You just said
Okay.
shoemaking is not about, for you, it's not about money. So tell us, what gave you the idea? How did you start thinking? You just woke up one morning and then the Lord spoke to you, my son, please go into shoemaking, or there was an idea somewhere. Let's know about that.
I think I like the way you put the question. I woke up one morning and the Lord said,
Of course, there are people out there that are like, I heard the voice of God. God categorically told me to go into this, and they started it.
Yes, some people would actually tell you that is how they ventured into whatever field they are into.
Yes.
But beyond that, God would not necessarily need to come and speak to you, my son, my son. Sometimes he just puts it in your heart. Sometimes he makes it to become a hunger for you.
That's true.
So you just pursue that hunger. So my journey actually started from the city of Enugu.
Okay.
Yes, it started from the city of Enugu.
You were born there?
Yes, I was born and raised in the city of Enugu.
Wow, interesting.
Yes, Transikulu, to precise. Yeah.
Okay, that rings a bell.
So it rings a bell. Okay, yeah. So that's where the journey started from. The city of Enugu. I was just leaving secondary school actually when the passion actually started.
Okay.
So, but while I was in secondary school, every other kid would actually love to go to the market, buy a very nice footwear for school. But mine was different. I would always want to get the materials and meet a shoemaker.
At
to
such
create
tender
my-
age?
Yeah.
Really?
I was at SS2, SS1. I would.
You had prior knowledge before that?
I
or-
didn't have any knowledge, but just that I always wanted mine to be different. I wanted to.
You didn't want to wear the same thing other people were wearing?
I just wanted to create something out of, from the inside of me. I wanted something unique.
Yes.
So I would always get those materials, meet a shoemaker, tell them, please, I need so and so design. Sometimes I will even have to draw, sketch.
Wow.
Create so and so for me. And sometimes they might not even get it as you want.
Yes.
But the joy that comes from within
different.
you, that this thing is out of my
creativity. Yeah.
So that was how we started actually. I finished secondary school. The hunger was still there. But then around my environment then, I didn't have a good shoemaker that would say, okay, this guy or this man makes something that resonates with what I have inside of me. So, I was just there. Luckily for me, I was in a fellowship then, in my church.
Okay.
The Young Anglican Crusaders.
See what I meant when I said the Lord spoke to you.
So, it happened that my fellowship president, as of then, he did fine and applied art.
Okay.
So, one of the days, I went to his place. I stumbled on him making a footwear. He does here now, God bless that young man. He's a priest now, though,
Okay.
in the Anglican communion. Okay. So I stumbled on him making a footwear. I was like, sir, do you know how to do this? He said, yes. I said, I have passion for this, so I've been wanting to learn how to, but nobody to teach me. He said, oh, really? Come, I'll teach you.
Wow.
And that was when my journey started.
Without paying
a dime.
Wow.
Well, only thing he did was he wrote a list. He said, go and buy this. Go to the market. Go to a better market. New market. Go and buy so and so and so. And I went there. As of then, I just spent 8,200.
Really?
To get all the materials I
Things
needed.
people
and
pay
extra.
through their nose.
And extra. I didn't just buy what I needed then. I bought extra.
That's the enthusiasm.
That's
you were
the enthusiasm.
really willing to learn that.
With just 8,200. Oh God. And I came back. That was how we started. He just taught me that day how to make a footwear. Just one for myself. But because I am that kind of human that always wants something different.
Yeah.
He made a basic kind of footwear that you can see anywhere, randomly anywhere. I went home. I dismantled everything.
Wow.
This
is interesting.
Everything. I started afresh.
You just wanted something out of...
I wanted something outside the ordinary. And that was how I dismantled that one. I made a new design for myself. And when I wore it to church, our fellowship day, the next Thursday, he saw it and was like, wow. Where is the one I made? I talked to you. I said, this is it now.
you rebranded it.
I rebranded it.
Oh my God.
And that was how my journey started. Just that one training.
Wow.
I had just a day. On a Saturday, we did that training. And that was it. That was how my journey started. I started making for my siblings. Started making for myself. Mistakes were here and there.
Of course. You learn as you go. So it wasn't like a formal training. It
wasn't like a formal
was
training.
it a day? The training?
It was just a day.
That instant that you made a shoe, that was it.
That was it.
This is really
That
God's
was
gift.
it. And I started making slippers for neighbors, sandals, for my siblings. And then the good part of it was that I had to step into the market as well.
Okay.
When you keep going, you keep meeting new people, you keep learning.
Yes.
So when I stepped into the market, then I started mingling with other young chaps like me.
Yes.
They were making footwear in the market. And you come and see somebody who makes something very unique. I'll be like, wow, you made this? And the funny thing, you see the young chap wearing school uniform. Maybe he's even wearing his uniform trouser and another shirt.
He's just coming from school.
He's just coming from school. And I'm like, like this guy can make this.
How about you?
Forget it. Forget it. And that was it. Then, YouTube is not something people were accustomed to.
Yes,
then.
The social media.
The social media space wasn't exploited properly then. But God being so faithful, my eyes were open to YouTube.
Okay.
If you open my phone then, every young man of my age as of then, if you open their phone, you see the latest music, you videos, the latest music videos. Then it was, those.
It was the raining phone and
Raining
then, and
phone
people
then.
were.
It was Symbian phone. That was
Okay.
Symbian system, operating system then. So, but if you open my phone, what you see, you just tutorials, how to make this one, how to make footwear, how to make it, how to make.
Okay, you downloaded from
I was
YouTube.
just downloading from YouTube.
Okay.
And you wouldn't find my phone interesting those days. Because what you will see in there,
It's not what you want.
how to make.
That's not what everybody
it's-
would pick a phone to see pictures.
To see
or
pictures.
To
You won't
watch
see pictures.
watch movie.
You're not
But
going to
your
see
case was
anything
different.
of that such in my phone. The only thing you will see on my phone is, for pictures, you see footwears. Videos, you see tutorials. How to make this one, how to make that one. That was all I had. And I was using YouTube to learn. Far back then.
Wow.
You know what we do? We young folks then,
Okay.
we just buy material at your shop.
Yes.
And we'll stay one corner in front
At
of
your
your shop
to make.
and do production.
Wow. This is really creative.
Like, that was what
you
we were
had
doing.
to leave your comfort zone.
I left. Comfort was not an option for me then. So what I do is, when I come to your shop, buy materials from you, I'll just stay one corner in front of your shop there and produce my stuff.
And they really permitted you to stay.
Yes, they will permit you to stay.
The truth of the matter is that when people see your hard work and your dedication,
Yeah.
they want to support that dream.
Yeah.
Unlike when you just sit and you're procrastinating, I want to do this. But once they see that you're putting in that effort, they want to support you. So I think that's the case for you.
It was something else. They knew me with ladies' work.
Okay.
Like,
So you're making more of
I started making more of ladies' footwear then, because my area then was more of ladies, ones in school, back then. So once they're coming back from UNN, those in UNN is they're coming back for holiday. Some of them just order from me and I produce. And that was how I started making footwears for ladies and every other gender, actually, for guys as well. But then Gladiator was actually a trending thing.
Okay.
I started producing Gladiator. But then, because of the passion was so much. It was so much. I wasn't satisfied with what I was doing. People were hailing me, you're good, you're doing great. I said, no.
For you knew what you wanted.
I said,
You had a vision.
I've not started. You people cannot come and use vain praises now and keep me at one level. I said, no. I met a guy in the market then as well.
Okay.
That was my first time I've seen someone produce shoes. I was making just sandals, slippers.
Okay.
So I met a guy then, in the market that produces shoes. Back then, this shoe called Toms. Like this Chinese shoe that they call Toms. It has an elastic in the front, and that's very important.
I wouldn't really know.
They make it with jean material.
Okay.
So I met the guy producing it. I was like, wow, bro, Alpha, I love what you're doing. I will want to learn. But I said, bro, I don't want paddy.
I want to pay you.
Tell me your price, I will pay
so
you.
that you're gaining value. You actually paid for the value you're getting.
And that was how the guy now said, you saw that I was serious. He named his price and I paid. I said, I'm going to pay you twice. He said, okay. I paid him first one, paid him twice, paid him second one. And that was how I finished. And I started training. I was with that guy my training was actually for 1 month.
Okay.
But in 2 weeks, I'd already learned what I came.
What you needed.
What I needed I already learned it in 2 weeks. Now, but I had to stay so that my time would elapse. Okay. But then it was that serious that when I was leaving, the guy was like, why are you staying now?
You felt bad.
Stay. I said, no. My agreement with you don't finish.
He was actually gaining, so why would he let what is paying him go
And I
now?
left. I started working, So I'm sorry, I'm just taking you stage by stage of the story.
Yes.
I started working on my own, making shoes for people.
Okay.
People were still, you don't improve. You don't do shoe now. I said,
You continued working from home, or you kept
from home. I went back home.
Okay.
I went back home. Started working from home.
Wow.
Do my production from home. Those days I work at night because work will be many. I will have so many orders.
What a passion.
And I'll be working all through the night. And another hunger came again. What was the hunger? Okay, this one you're doing is not enough. Next level. What was the next level? I needed to go into corporate shoes.
Oh.
Because what I was making as of then was just casuals.
Okay.
Loafers, then Toms, all those, just casuals. But a new hunger came again. I'm tired of this level. I want something else. I want something better. I want something bigger. And I started searching out again. And that was how my journey to Aba came.
Like you had to travel because of this?
Yes, I left Enugu.
Wow.
At that moment, I started making calls. I had a friend then, I reached out to him. He was staying in Aba. And he's a shoemaker too. I called him. I said, Chuka. His name is Chuka too.
Okay.
I called him Chuka. How far? I won't call him corporate shoe. The guy was like, corporate shoe? I know, Allah now. Where you won't call him now? I said, Aba now. Where you did? And I went to my mom. I was like, Mom, see you. I want to go to Aba. She was like, Aba to do Guinea. I said, I want to go and learn shoe. Guinea, I'm not going to Guinea. Shoe. I want to go and upgrade what I'm doing. So my mother will always be like, when you came on Aba, when one name again Aba, one name again Aba. I'm like, Mommy, I have a friend I was staying with. Well, actually, what she said was, do you have anybody? Do you have a family? There is none of my family that stays in Aba. None of your father's family stays in Aba. So who are you going to stay with in Aba? I was like, I have a friend. Who is this friend? I don't know. I said, just a friend I met through a friend. Guy I was going to learn under, then he said I was going to pay him 30,000.
As far back as
then. 30,000.
We're talking about 20.
We were talking about 2011, 2012.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
2011, 2012. I paid him. I said, okay, no, wala, 30K. I said, no problem. I'm going to pay. I raised the money to pay him. I just raised another extra money just to, to be able to have something with me. I wasn't thinking about how I was going to be feeding. I wasn't thinking about any other thing, how I was going to be transporting myself to the workplace every day. I wasn't thinking about all of these things. Then next week I told him, I moved. I packed my bags. I just told him, I'm going, Popsy. I'm going. He said, okay, the Lord be with you. You find favor. I said, amen. I moved.
The best prayer they could ever pray for you.
Packed my bag. I moved to Aba. I lived there for just 3 months. Now, I paid for 6 months training.
And you stayed for 3 months?
I stayed for 3 months.
Interesting. My
boss, people in that line were surprised when they saw me lacing shoes. Lacing shoes is actually molding, okay, in a layman's language. Okay. It's actually molding with a mold, actually. Okay. I started lacing shoes for my boss then. So people will pass, they'll come back. Not be you wasted last week.
And you already this good.
And you are lacing shoe. How? And I'll be like, I don't know. My guy will laugh. He will pass. I noticed something. I became a center of attraction in the line because a lot of persons that had apprentices, we are now pointing at me like, using me for an example to the apprentices.
Are you not seeing this person that just came in less than 2 weeks?
But the point was that they didn't understand my story. They didn't know where I started from.
It was a determination.
They didn't know my story.
It was determination for you.
So 2 weeks, I'd already started working for my boss. So I was no longer an apprentice. I was actually a workman. I would say I was a workman again. And that was how I worked for him from that till December that year. And that was my journey. That was how I became a professional shoemaker.
Okay. So tell us your journey back to Abuja. And,
back to Abuja. Before I even came to Abuja, I'd already moved from Enugu to Oka because of school. Okay. I went into music. Okay. I studied philosophy in music.
Interesting.
Yeah, I did philosophy. So, but it was part-time actually. I'm telling you some of the story.
Is it because of the job that you had to do part-time? Or?
Yes, because, now I needed funds to go through school.
Yeah. Okay.
So, because, if you understand where you're coming from, you need to sit down and make a proper plan for yourself. I do not believe that there is any hindrance to you achieving anything you want to achieve in life.
Sure.
That is my personal belief.
Sure.
So, looking at where I was coming from, I did not allow my background to put my back on the ground.
Of course.
Okay, so I had to sit down.
Not letting your background put your back on the ground.
So I had to,
that's a food for thought.
So I had to sit down and make a proper plan. Okay, I wanted to go to school. How do I do that? Okay, I had to tell myself, okay, this job you're doing has the capacity to take you to any length you want to go to.
Sorry, let me cut you short. As at this time, how much were you making? Were you making money that that you can be able to, even without going to school, you can be able to sustain yourself?
Yes, I was already making money.
And even with making that good money, you still thought about school?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Not many people would do that. They would I've arrived, I have a business that is paying me good. So why do I, the saying that you use these days is school na scam.
No, school, anybody that tells you that school is a scam, I would say this. Check that person very well. Problem is that the the environment where we found ourselves is an environment that exalts paper more than knowledge.
Yes.
Okay. In the sense, you will see a person that has the skill sets, but the person will be under somebody that just has contacts.
Yes.
And paper.
True.
So, school is not a scam. Back to my story as soon as So, I moved from Enugu to Oka.
Okay.
Because of school.
Okay.
When I started, actually, I was shuttling Enugu every weekend to school. I was shuttled from Enugu to Oka.
And you were the one that sponsored yourself through school?
Yes. So, but then I got to a point I had to now move to Oka. We started in Oka. I was still doing my business in Oka. I went into collaboration with a friend then.
So moving did not in any way stop or hinder your business? You moved with your business?
It can't, because the business is not
it's not where it is. It is you.
It's not a business that is would I say time bound or environment bound?
Yes.
Okay, it's not a location bound business. Okay, so I'm the workshop.
Yeah, the business.
I'm the business. I'm the business.
I like that.
So if I move, the business has moved. As a matter of fact, I grew in Oka that I was able to produce for the then governor of Anambra State.
Wow.
Yes, Obiano. He wears my shoes, branded with Apoga logo.
Oh my God.
Huge. I produced for the then Apoga chairman, Victor Omi. I produced for then House of Anambra State House Assembly chairman. Yes, I produced for him. I produced for a whole lot of other
just
commissions. So that was it. I started. I was part of trainings in Oka. A lot of government sponsored trainings. I was part of resource persons.
Okay. Okay, so you got like government incentives or support?
Yes, there are governments, definitely. Once you're a resource person in some of these trainings, they pay you, support you in what you're doing. They encourage, that's an encouragement.
Okay.
We don't call it payment, we call it encouragement.
As
an encouragement.
I'm really glad that government are thinking into the area of skills acquisition for the youth, because whether we like it or not, the truth must be told, and not everybody is going to be employed by the government.
Yes.
Not everybody is going to have that white collar job.
Yeah.
And once situation like that arises, what is the back support, or what's the side thing that you can lean on as a youth to be able to move forward? I really like the aspect of our government. It's really an inspiring journey. Even me sitting down here, I'm telling myself, see, you need to go and dust that skill that you have and do something. Like, it's really a humble beginning for you. And then look at where you've grown. Interesting. You have it there. What are you waiting for? Pick up that skill and start something.
Yeah,
so I think, I'm so sorry, but that's all we can take on today's episode of Avant Garde. Thank you so much, Mr. CHUKS, for coming to us.
I can't come here and go on without
yes, please.
Okay,
please.
I have a brand.
Okay.
And it's called CK Miva.
CK Miva.
Yeah, CK Miva.
Okay. Are you on social media?
Yes, on
Please,
Instagram.
your handle.
On Instagram and on TikTok.
Okay.
CK Miva. We produce everything shoes, both ladies, guys.
You deliver in and outside the country?
Anywhere you are. So long as you're in this planet Earth.
Oh.
We'll get you to you.
Okay.
Okay, we make combat boots, military boots. Yeah, we make military boots, school shoes.
Wow.
So if you have a school and you want to have a customized footwear, this is the time. Just reach out to us.
Okay.
Okay, you have a security outfit. You need boots for a security outfit. That's what we do. Reach out to us. We'll get it done to you. We'll get it delivered to you anywhere you are in Nigeria.
Okay.
On outside of Nigeria.
For our viewers out there, it's been really an inspiring story, a humble beginning for Mr. CHUKS. How it started, how he had the dream, he was determined, and he knew what he wanted for himself, and he pursued it. Even when it was not cozy, he left his comfort zone to go as far as Aba, away from family, to get things that he needed just because he needed to grow. It is a cue for someone out there. Just leave your comfort zone. And that thing you've been dreaming of, that thing you've been wanting to achieve, you will be able to achieve it. Once there is a will, there is always a way. Until I come your way again next time, I remain your host, Aniebo Ebere. Bye for now.
Audio Jungle.